All right. So, in order to do this activity, what you're going to want to do is go to the website, of course. And so, this is what the website looks like. Okay, it's Texas Reality Check. And you're going to go down here to Lifestyle Calculator and start your reality check. So, we're going to click that. First thing you need to choose is where you plan to live after you graduate, like college or high school, whatever path you end up deciding to go on. And so let's just say I'm just going to pick something different, I guess. I'm going to pick, oh, I don't know, I'm having a hard time deciding. Let's do the capital. Okay, so I'm going to pick Austin. So I'm going to choose Austin for my location. You can choose any city you want. And then you're going to have to choose your housing. So, are you going to be living with your parents in Austin? If they're not going to be living there, then you should have chosen San Antonio first of all. But anyways, if you think you're still going to be living with your parents, you can select that. Notice that the prices in Austin, and if you were to go back and choose San Antonio and compare them, you would see that these are much higher than San Antonio. And that's because it's Austin. That's just the way the prices are there. And so, let's say, you want to go ahead and think you're going to be doing really good as an adult out of college and you want to go and all the way and say you're going to have a house. This is your monthly payment just for the house. Okay. So select whichever housing option you'd like. And then we'll just hit next. And now you have to, and it does give you a description at the top, so you can read the description. Once you have a place to live, of course, you need to make sure you have other things there. Most important things, guys, you must have electricity, of course. You must have water and gas. Could you imagine having friends or somebody over to your place in Austin, cool house that you picked, and you don't have any electricity because it's too expensive? So those are the kinds of things that you're going to realize when this is over. Money doesn't go that far. Okay, and so select things that you think you're really going to need, and a lot of you are going to say, yeah, I mean, internet's a necessity. Maybe cable's not, maybe you're going to be like me, and you're going to just use Hulu and Netflix. That's pretty much what I do. I don't have DirecTV or Uverse or anything like that anymore. And of course, you're going to need to have your phone. And this isn't really right. But, anyways, now select however many or as few as you would like for the utilities. Then just go next to the food. Okay. Yeah, these are things you have to budget and think about. How much money am I going to be able to spend on food this month or whatever it is when you're looking at your budget? It looks like we're going to be looking at monthly. So, if everything, notice if you're going to prepare everything at home, um, then that's going to be the least expensive option. If you want to be a little bit more realistic and say, I'm going to end up splitting my meals between home and fast food, you can choose that. I'm going to do home cooked meals and then I'm going to take my uh, significant other to restaurants or something. We're going to be spending quite a bit of money. If you're going to pretty much be that person who doesn't ever cook, and you're going to be dining out all the time at sit down restaurants, you're looking at a big bill. So I'm just going to choose this one, maybe to be a little bit in the middle. Again, you can choose whatever you want. A lot of people in Austin do bike. San Antonio is not, depending on how close you live, I guess you might be able to bike to work, but it's not as biker friendly. But, anyways, choose the type of transportation you're going to be using. What kind of car are you going to have? Are you going to take a used vehicle because it's less expensive payment? Um, and notice these things, the prices seem a little high for monthly payment, but it's because it's your payment for the car plus the insurance for the car, your gas for the month, and any maintenance. Like, let's say you have to get the oil changed that month. That happens a few times a year, usually, depending on how much you drive. Those sorts of things. All those miscellaneous things might happen. I need windshield wiper blades. They finally went out, and I don't know if you've ever seen that with your parents. It doesn't take the water away. It like makes god awful sounds sometimes too. So anyhow, those are the things that you need to think about. If I wanted to go with what I have, I would consider mine an average, what I have right now. Okay, and then now you have to choose your clothing. I'm going to start going a little bit quicker here. But you're just going to choose whatever, um, you're going to want to do. Health care. Most people have health care through your employer. Um, so usually your employer, like Northside, actually does pay for a lot of my health insurance costs. I pay very little that comes out monthly, so you might choose something like that. So this isn't quite accurate, but nonetheless. And then, consider if you're like me and you always need to get contacts or glasses. If you like to make sure that your teeth are being cleaned, and if you might need fillings or some, well, it doesn't include that, but you might need some other things. You might want to get that dental care. Okay, select as many as you want. Now, then personal care, and again, you can select multiple things. You're just going to get the basic stuff. Do you want to get a little bit of extras? What are you going to do there? Entertainment, it factors in like everything, guys. So whatever kind of thing you're thinking that you're going to do, are you going to chill at home mostly? Or are you going to do a little bit of both? Chill at home but go out every once in a while. Just random things that you might have to think about. A lot of people don't think, you guys may not realize how much it costs for those pets. And I don't necessarily mean your hamsters and stuff, but those can cost a lot with the bedding and food. But, bigger animals, your cats, your dogs, it's a lot of money, especially when something happens. You have to take them to the vet all of a sudden. Their food can cost a lot, just different things. So, you got to think about if you're going to want to do that sort of stuff and have pets. What are your priorities going to be? Those sorts of things. I think those would be mine. Anyhow, also be realistic. Are you the type of person that you're probably going to go to college? Either you're going to go to college and you're going to go all the way, like to be a teacher like me, and you're going to get the 4-year degree, which most, I guess, careers that pay a little bit higher have bachelor's degree requirements. Public would mean like a state college, privates like St. Mary's University. I'm not even sure what that is, so I wouldn't go for that one, but that's what the difference is here that you need to select. If you think you want to be a doctor, you're going to have to go all the way to professional degree and decide what you would want to do. Now, if you don't want to go to college, if you think you want to go straight into the workforce and build your way up, then you would pick this one. Or maybe you're going to work your way through college and you're going to pay that off, and so that you don't have student loans later. Or you're going to earn scholarships by having really good grades all of high school so that you can get free money. Scholarships is free money, guys, towards your college. Okay, so, whatever you think might be the option to pick. Then you're even going to have to think about your family. Okay, what do you think your future? A lot of you might have already thought about this, not seriously, but like, yeah, I'll probably have kids someday. Like, they're all right, or no, I really wouldn't. So you could choose that. Depending on how many kids you want to have, notice how much that adds into your expenses. I always said I would never have just one, so I guess. Okay, now we're at savings. We've only talked about just spending, spending, spending. Look at what I'm already up to. This is how much money I need to have to be able to spend based on all the choices I've made. But yeah, technically speaking, ideally you should be placing 10% of your monthly income, however much you make per month, into a savings account. Most middle class people, I'm sure, can't do that. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't do that. I wish I had the money or the extra money to put towards that. Maybe someday I will, but I don't do 10% of my income to savings. But that would be amazing. I'm going to maybe just start low here. But when you have a nice house and things like that, you probably should have a bigger savings for in case something happens. Now, when you get here, This is where you're going to see everything that you've selected tallied up. Okay. Now, based on everything you selected, it's telling you that if you're going to live in Austin with those things you require or you picked, you're going to have to make a minimum salary of $98,190. That's per year. Minimum salary is like for the whole year. So, can you afford that? In other words, now that you know how much money you're going to need based on your dreams and the type of lifestyle you want to live, what kind of job would you have to have in order to afford that? And that's what you're going to look at. But before you do that, very important, what I want you to do is go down here and I want you to click print. And then whether you have a printer connected or not, you should have an option for save as PDF. Okay, go ahead and do that and then hit save. And then it should bring up on your computer, mine's a Mac, so it looks a little different, but on your computer it'll bring up whatever window where you can type the title of something, maybe okay, just title it whatever you want, maybe put your name. I just put Miss Metcalf Austin Reality Check, which is the place that I chose. I'm going to put it on my desktop so I know where it's at. Make sure you know where you're saving it. Okay, and just make sure you save that. Okay, now from there, I do want you to go ahead and explore your occupations. In your follow-up questions and things like that for the assignment, I'm going to ask you about what occupation you would need. Or what occupation you looked at that would kind of meet the requirements. So notice here when I go to occupations, because I need this, it tells me the results below are only the things that would meet what I need. So they've already weeded out things that aren't gonna work. Any jobs that won't help me make enough money, those are already taken away. So you can go ahead and look here and see the different things that are available in Texas and Austin, I guess specifically also, that would actually make you potentially enough money to go ahead and live the way you chose on there. Okay, by the way, post-secondary means you're a teacher at like a college, a university. Okay, I don't know, I just need to pick something, but let's say, I don't know. Let's try and find something. Okay, let's say I've always loved animals and I find that veterinarian would be one of them. When you click on that, you'll see that it's going to tell you the average wage for Texas. Okay, so annually for a year, this is what a veterinarian would make. That equates to about $60 an hour, which is amazing. They'll give you a little job description. Also, it tells you how you're going to get into that field. You're going to need to go to college. You know, you're going to have a professional degree plan, meaning like a PhD, a doctorate kind of thing. And so then if you look down here, you'll see in Austin, for vets in that area, this is about where you'll be annually. In Texas, overall, the average is this. And nationally, for veterinarians, this is the average. It just gives you a little bit of a comparison. When you first start out, you know, guys, be aware you're not going to be making that immediately. So when you, you know, start out there, if you come in with some experience, maybe you did an internship while you were in college, then, you know, you can come in making more. It'll show you how many, believe it or not, veterinarians are in Austin. It's as of these years, though. In Texas overall, nationally, you can just take a look at all these different things. It tells you a lot of cool information about, you know, that job and what you would want to do. So take a look at that and make sure that you take down some information that you'll have to fill in, like annual salary and things like that. So once you've done that, what I want you to do, and actually you won't really see it there, is I want you to attach your PDF that you printed to your assignment. That's part of what you're turning in, and you also need to fill in the Google Doc or the Google form. that's on there that has you answer some questions. See you guys later. Talk to you later.